Bellator 269 from Moscow. Bellator's first event in Russia as the legendary Fedor Emelianenko comes home to face the number 2 ranked heavyweight Tim Johnson. Possibly fighting for the last time in his home country of Russia is the 45-year-old Fedor. Tim Johnson, the favorite coming in. Emelianenko, the underdog at plus 150. Early in round one, both men coming out throwing leather. Johnson ripping hooks to the body of Fedor. Moments later, Johnson charging in, and Fedor clips him with a short left hook. Next shot Fedor landed would be the last. Comes in with his hands down, does Johnson. Fedor lands a 3-punch combination and puts Johnson out cold less than 2 minutes into the first round. Scores a knockout as Fedor wins his 40th career fight at 45 years old, knocking out the number 2 ranked heavyweight in Bellator, Tim Johnson. Fedor improves to 8-0 in his home country of Russia. Pays out at plus 150. The underdog, Fedor Emelianenko. Tough to make him an underdog in his home country of Russia. All 6 Bellator fights have ended via first-round KO. For the last Emperor, 28 career wins via first-round knockout or submission, and his 40th career MMA victory. Get some instant analysis. Welcome in CBS Sports Combat analyst and co-host of Morning Combat, Brian Campbell. Bellator's first event in Russia as the legendary Fedor Emelianenko comes home to face the number 2 ranked heavyweight Tim Johnson, and Fedor scores a knockout less than 2 minutes into the first round. BC, your reaction is what?
This felt good. Look, this was best case scenario for the Russian legend at 45 in his penultimate fight, or so he says, of his great career. To not just go in there and beat Fedor, guns blazing, ready to throw, but obviously you saw Fedor that was in much better shape than we've seen before in recent years, and much more time on the tanning bed as well. Shout out to Fedor there. I think, look, overall, you saw a happy, healthy heavyweight. You're always going to have that same gunslingers thing where if the first 90 seconds, either Fedor's going to knock you out or you're going to knock him out. That's still in play here, but I just think we saw a more focused, livelier version of the great legend, and that's really been the calling card of his twilight. He can look in one fight like he may be at the actual end of his career, and he can take some time off and come back looking refocused, and I think that's what this was, in a perfect 3-punch combo to finish a tough opponent in Tim Johnson.
So do you think this was the last fight for the last Emperor, or do you think the 45-year-old legend will continue the farewell tour after what just happened?
Well, he'd already said coming in here that he wanted one more, probably back in the U.S. But with this type of performance, it makes you wonder, though, if that next one is going to be looked at as a retirement fight, or maybe does this buy Fedor more life in his own mind? Look, he loves this game. That's why he's still doing it. Obviously, he's already chartered new success as a trainer and coach of Team Fedor, putting multiple champions together under the Bellator banner so far, by the way, and they were on display on this fight card tonight. So he's happy. But with this type of performance, it does make you feel like we may get a couple more of these. And you know what? Old guy fights can be hit or miss. Believe that. Fedor fights at times can be hit or miss. But this was the best case scenario. Screaming crowd, the legend going out to play the hits one more time. This version of Fedor, you could feel like, it has to be the right matchup, but he can compete against a lot of these names.
Yeah, give it up for the old guy. Have a day, kid. His 40th career fight, winning his 40th career fight at 45 years old. Brian Campbell break it down for us here on CBS Sports HQ. And for all things combat, check out Morning Combat with Luke Thomas and Brian Campbell. You can watch the series on YouTube. You can also listen to the podcast on Apple and Spotify. Morning Combat, download and follow today.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.